안녕하세요.
你好. Hello.
Hello. This is Tim and Glow. I'm Glow.
I'm Tim.
In case there's any confusion. This is an introduction video because we had a couple questions asking us just about our backgrounds, how we met. We want to give a shout out to LittleMissLaughable. Hi!
Hello.
Thank you so much for subscribing and commenting on our videos and encouraging us.
Yeah.
And thank you also for these questions. So we will start with the first one, which is what are our ages? Tim is
36 years young.
yes, and I am 28. So we have an 8-year age difference, which for us has never been a problem. Some people think it's a big age gap. Others are like, oh, no big deal. The only time it has presented a challenge is with music, because Tim is like super into the 80s, and for 80s music I'm like, huh?
Can I say, synth pop is awesome.
Yeah, I never even knew there was a genre of music called synth pop until I met Tim. But other than that, we've never had a problem with our age difference, because I'm very mature.
Yeah.
That's what he thought. The next question is, what did we study? And also, to add on to that, what do we do?
I studied education and I'm a teacher.
Yeah, I feel like that's so rare to meet someone who actually works in the field that they studied or majored in, especially as an undergrad. Like, obviously there's a connection between a professional degree, like a master's degree, and a profession,
right.
But Tim actually also studied education as an undergrad.
Yeah.
That's
well,
amazing.
it's just something I
You're so
just
consistent.
always wanted to do, so I'm doing it. I'm living the dream.
Yeah, his students are very lucky. And I studied economics and international studies at the undergraduate level, and then at the master's level I studied public policy, and now I am working in the public sector on foreign policy. So how did we meet? We actually met in Taiwan, in the capital city of Taipei.
When was that, 2010?
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
It was January 24th.
Fourth.
Yes. January 24th, 2010. What's so funny when you have been in a relationship with someone for a long time, especially after you get married, is you have like, so many anniversaries and days to remember.
Oh my word, yeah.
But hopefully.
We make a point of celebrating because of the long distance.
Yeah, so we actually celebrate really random anniversaries. Like we have, or whenever we're together on the 24th of a month, we'll celebrate that anniversary. So we have a vlog from a couple months ago that's like our 38-month anniversary, which most people probably wouldn't celebrate, but we're like, wow, we're in the same place.
Yeah.
So we'll just celebrate whatever anniversary it is. I was in Taiwan for 6 months studying Mandarin Chinese, and I met Tim at the very end of my time there. So 5 weeks before I left Taiwan to come back to the US, that is the day that I met Tim, and I didn't know him before. Like, he was a stranger, and that sounds funny, but we weren't friends, we weren't acquaintances, we'd never run into each other.
Yeah.
But we met at the church Tim still attends, and we the week after we met, we hung out with a group of friends from the church 2 times.
Yeah, we actually went to the Shirling Night Market.
Yeah, so that's like...
which we've vlogged on.
So many times.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty special place to us, because that was where we had our first date, even though there are other people around. And I wasn't in Taiwan for very long, so it got...
so quick.
Yeah, it got serious pretty quickly, because we had to decide, is this something we want to try as a long distance relationship, and it's not just long distance, like, oh, he lives in Taipei and I live in Kaohsiung, but it's like international long distance, so it's a lot of investment of time and resources, and we felt pretty confident after just like 3 weeks that this could go somewhere, and
we made it work.
Yeah, we're committed to like really digging deep and getting to know each other, and we were very open to the possibility of it leading to marriage, which may sound really crazy to some people, but I think, well, for both of us, we were what one might call intentional daters, so we weren't just dating to have fun, but we were
I had a lot of fun while I was with you.
yeah, it's not like there was no fun,
least.
but it wasn't like we weren't casual daters. So for both of us, like when we met someone, and then in that case we met each other, it was like, oh, could this lead to marriage? And if not, we weren't going to mess around and just like drag it out if we knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. So even at that very early stage, within the first couple weeks, we were thinking like, is there husband potential in this person? Tim was wondering, is Gloria wife potential? Duh. No, he didn't even have to think twice about it. The last question is, how did we know that each other is the one?
Whoa, that's a pretty deep one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just goes back to the point that I made quite a few years ago when I just said, it's a choice as well. Love is a choice. And you choose to love the person that you're with intentionally, like you said. Just when I first saw you, I just felt like an incredible peace in my spirit, and I knew that there was something there that needed to be pursued and also discovered, as it were.
Yeah. The peace is a really big element for us, because I think whether or not you are a person of faith, or you're an atheist, or I think that it's really you can never be sure about the person that you're choosing to build a life with. That in and of itself, like, even if you're not a person of faith, that's actually a huge step of faith. Even if you're not putting that faith in a higher being, you're putting your faith in that other person.
Right.
So for me, I don't think you can never confirm. I feel like even if you've been married for 10 years, it's like there are couples who are married for 40 years and then they get a divorce because they've grown apart, or they feel like they don't love each other anymore. So I feel like you can never be sure, but as Tim was saying, love is a choice. And so it was sort of a process for me where I did want to get to know Tim, and I could see like, okay, he's very smart. He's also really fun. He can be serious, but he also has a really lighthearted, fun side. So he's like a balanced person. And then like going on to deeper matters, I did also look inward just to see, do I have all these anxieties? Am I feeling really anxious or uncomfortable or rushed? And I also felt a lot of peace, even though to many people our timeline would seem very quick or maybe to them rushed, but it all felt natural. And I felt a lot of peace. And then after that, when I decided like, no, Tim is someone that I not only really like, but someone I love, then Tim reminding me like love is a choice is really important, because there are some days also, as Tim has told me, that the person you love, you still love them, but you don't necessarily like them.
Yeah. You didn't like that one at first.
Yeah, I was so offended because when Tim first told me that, he was talking about me. He was like, I still love you, Glo, but I don't like you today. And I was like, oh, that is so rude. That's not possible. You have to like me every second. But it's true. Like, there are some days where you don't necessarily like each other, where you need space, but you deep down still love that person, and we at least choose to act in a loving way, even when we aren't feeling that lovey-dovey feeling. And And that's really important because you have to maintain love. It doesn't maintain itself.
Yeah.
So that's a very not clear sort of ambiguous answer for how did we know each other is the one, but I would just say that it takes faith, whether you're just putting your faith in one person or in a higher being or in something else, and you really do have to follow your heart, because if your head is too much in the equation and you're analyzing your partner too much, there's always a way to convince yourself that it's not right, or you want something else, or you deserve something else. Like in every relationship, there are going to be challenges. And that's part of the beauty of finding the one, because you're saying you're committed to that person, you're committed to growing with him or her through all of those challenges and through each other's flaws and weaknesses, and seeing not only yourself but your partner through to being better versions of yourself. It's like you're a part of that person building, and that's probably one of the most enriching things in life, is to be a part of that with your partner. So
yeah, I'm so glad I walked up to you that day.
yeah, Tim took a leap
It
of
was a
faith.
huge risk,
Yeah.
stepping out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, he walked up to me and we chatted for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then he gave me his business card, but it was in a not creepy way. He was just like, oh, okay, you only have 5 weeks left. If there are things in Taipei that you'd like to do and you need some company, or you want some company, then just let me know. And I really like that he didn't ask for my number or my contact information, because I was at a point where I wasn't actively looking for a relationship, and I just wanted friendship. So for me, the way Tim approached me was just what I needed, because it was on the level of friendship, and it was just, there was no pressure there, whereas for other people it could be a different situation. Like, I don't think one way is better than the other, but for that time in my life, that was really what I needed. And then that was also why I did reach out to Tim, and I invited him to hang out with me and some of my church friends who Tim also knew, just because I felt comfortable, like, oh, he's just a nice guy.
Keep an eye on me.
Yeah, and people to save me if there are any issues. We hope that this was interesting, at least a little bit, and we hope that it helped you to get to know us a little bit better. We started making YouTube videos, and we really do still make YouTube videos for us, because we like to have that record of our relationship, especially being in long distance and having to go a couple months without spending any time together apart from on Skype or the telephone. It's really cool to look at the videos, and we get encouraged by the videos, and just the reminder of like what a great time we have together and how we get to be together again soon. So it's been an extra blessing, or like a cherry on top, to see that there are other people out there who enjoy watching our videos along with us.
It really encourages us.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching and for all of your comments, and we hope that you have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.